welcome everybody. We are here on the live show here on YouTube. I'm still a little live here on IG, but the tone changes just a little bit when I get on YouTube because got pro lights, pro cameras, got a nice little feel going on. I'm looking down, making sure everybody kind of gets into the room and enjoys themselves a little bit as we transition. So guys, if you're over here on IG, come on over here to YouTube and come and have a seat and let's enjoy the show. So if you guys are seeing me look down here and if you guys are seeing me look up there, just know that I am transitioning from one show to the next. Yes, we got 4 people in it right away. Hey, Sam is in the building. Hey, Sam. Now you got over here quick. Everybody over here, I'm going to say goodbye. I will see you guys after my YouTube show. All right? We're going to have some fun over here. All right? Here we go. All right, guys, I'm getting everybody out of the way on the IG Live, and we're getting live here on our YouTube show. Welcome, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. It's good to see everybody that is quickly transitioned over here. What's up, bro? What's up, bro? How's everything? How's the mood? How's the mood? How are the vibes so far? Vibes good? Vibes good in here? All right. I see there's 5 of you guys. I'm going to wait for everybody to get settled and relaxed. Let me make sure I get my mic a little bit closer. Hey, Tam. How are you? It's good to see you. Good to see you. We have a fun show on deck today. We have, if you guys haven't had a chance to take a look at the episode that has happened that I dropped Thursday, no real spoilers. You're just going to get to meet the wonderful talent that I get to work with, Anna, who is going to join us a little bit later from Germany. And I'm really excited that she will be a part of the interview process here. And I have a couple of new segments that I'm going to be introducing. So I'm looking forward to today's show and sharing it with you guys and, you know, all that fun stuff that we do together, right? All right, so I hope you guys are liking the mood. I hope you guys are liking the feel of things as you settle down and have a seat. And let's get into another show, all right? So I'm gonna wait just a little bit more. I'm gonna put us in a little bit more festive, let's find something that is a little bit more chill. Let's go with this. Y'all know I like this. I like the feel of this. I like the feel of like live music, like a live sound, hearing live drums and things of that nature. Hope you guys are having a wonderful week so far. And like I said, I keep saying it over and over again. I'm excited about today's show. I like where our show is going. I like where the vibes are going. I like where you guys are going, and the comments that you're giving me. You guys seem to really enjoy what's happening here on these Friday live shows. So I want to continue it. I want to keep the momentum going. I want to keep the flow going. Bro said it's on point. It's on point. I like that, bro. I hope to maintain a lane that keeps us on point and keeps us. Hey, what's up, Natasha, aka NH Photos? How you doing? How's everything going? So yes, guys, amazing show on deck. We're going to talk about the show. We're going to have an incredible interview with an incredible, talented young lady who I got a chance to work with, Anna. And she is going to be joining us all the way from Germany. I'm really excited about that. So this will be my first international interview. And then we're going to get right into the images of the show. And then we have a new segment alert. Turn the music down a little bit. New segment alert where we're going to be, I'm going to show you guys stuff that inspires me that I've come across on an IG or whatever it is. I'm going to show you an image or a video or something, and then you're going to get the chance to meet the people behind it. So I'm not always going to be able to get to somebody right away, but during the week when I'm inspired in that moment, I'm going to bring them over to the live show and just allow them to share what they got going on over here. Oh no, sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better. hope you feel better. I hope the show can contribute to that. All right, guys, I'm about to get ready to start the show. So I look forward to this. I look forward to sharing with this. And remember, guys, make sure we get in those comments and we're encouraging each other. You're active during the show, and then make sure you have your comments ready for the end of the show when we're showing love to each other. I'm personally going to show love to Anna, who's going to be on the show in just a few minutes. My little goddaughter Sunshine. Hi, Mariah. How are you? How are you doing? Oh, hey. Oh, the background is too loud. Is that better for you, Sophie? Hi, Sophie. How are you doing? How are you doing, Sophie? Welcome to the show. Mariah. Oh, hi. How are you? I was gonna wait for the shout out segment, but I'll shout you out now. Thanks for seeing the show. I heard that you've been paying attention to Uncle Mike's show. I appreciate it. All right, guys. Let's get ready to get the show started, and let's get it in. All right, guys, welcome to our Friday live show. We have a lot to get into, so I'm not going to waste you guys time. Again, if there are any questions or comments during this time, make sure you get into the comments and we can discuss things as they come along. Even when we get into our interview, make sure that you guys have them ready, and we're going to get things rolling. So let's get into what the show looked like this week. All right, let's go. Welcome to another episode of the Dual Exchange. Wait a second, let me put my head down a little bit more. Keep it. I'm coming. Welcome to another episode of the Dual Exchange. I'm your humble host, Michael Edwards, and today I have a wonderful. I always say I have a surprise, but I do have a wonderful surprise today. Hold on, guys. I just wanted to get you guys' attention real fast. Let's get it back going. I have my good friend Anna. Anna, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes. So we have a little bit of history. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but we're going to be continuing our series on destinations here in the DMV where you can shoot. And where are we, Natasha?
Bethesda Road.
We are in Bethesda Road, and there's this wonderful mural here that we're going to start. And but I'd like to get to know Anna a little bit more. So would you? So you ready to get this show started?
I'm ready.
All right, let's get the show started. So, moving forward into the show, I'm going to go a little bit farther than what we normally do, because, I like to get into the cinematic scenes and let you see what our talents was doing in this show. So I'm going to go right to that. And then I think I didn't want to get into the show and have Anna say some of the same things that she's going to say. Let's just get right into the show moments, get into a couple of the cinematic scenes, and let's just bring Anna in. That just sounds more appropriate to me. All right, so let's get right back into it. Welcome to another episode of the Dual Exchange. Wait a second, let me put my head down. I really want you to hit me up, and I'll share this. But she got some nice shots. So without further ado, I have the lovely, amazing Miss Anna in the building. Hey. Wait. Before you say anything, I have to make sure that I give you the proper applause that you deserve, because you're not just any other guest. You took the time You're 6 hours ahead. You wanted to make sure that we had this interview, and it meant a lot to me that you wanted to do that. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you guys to my amazing friend, Anna. Let's give her a lovely applause here. Hi, Anna. How are you?
Well, thanks for having me. I'm great. I'm excited to be on here.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you on here. And when Anna and I get together, even from day one, we have truly made magic. So I'll talk real fast about my quick meeting with how I met Anna. I met Anna through, I know a lot of you guys, I say it all the time, I talk about Portrait Me DC. And one hot day, we were on the wharf, I believe, and I see this person who is strategically like in a bit of shade, like it's a little bit of shade, and I see her, I was like, oh, she's in a cool situation. I was like, wait a second, let me take your picture. So I go up to her, I was like, can I take your picture? And like literally the rest is history, and we've kind of been friends ever since that moment. So thank you, Anna, for taking the time. I know you're way ahead of us, but I thank you for taking the time to be on the show, but more so just being part of the episode.
No, of course, I'm really excited. I had a lot of fun shooting last time, so
yeah,
I'm glad to be on here again.
Awesome. Real fast, Natasha says, hey, Anna.
Hi, Natasha.
So let's talk. Yo, so for people who don't know, I have a segment within the show. It's like, if ever Natasha is taking pictures when she's supposed to be behind the camera, like taking video or whatever, I put on VILTROX, and she thinks that I'm like not paying attention, but I'm always paying attention. So, but yeah, moving right along. So let's talk about your journey. How long have you been modeling / shooting now?
I've been shooting a little longer than modeling, but it's both kind of 3 years ago. So a little over 3 years ago, I started with photography, and then pretty soon after I started modeling.
Okay. So the $1 million question everyone will probably ask all the time is, what do you enjoy more? Do you enjoy shooting more, or do you like being in front of the camera more? What is the choice here?
I do get that question a lot, but I think both have like their own great thing about them. So I really enjoy both. I model more when I'm in DC, and I do more photography when I'm here in Berlin. Mm-hmm. But I love being creative with my photography. It's a lot of fun, and I get to be like super creative with it. And with modeling, I've met so many incredible people, and I've like seen how much they've helped me grow for myself as well. So seeing all that journey I've gone through modeling the past 3 years, it's been amazing. So I love it.
Yeah. So it's funny when I get to see you like in like eclipse because you're only normally here in DC for like short periods of time. Like, explain to like the audience like your journeys back and forth and why you're in Germany at this time.
Well, I live here. Mm-hmm. I go to university here, so most of the time I'm here. But my parents live in Maryland, so I try to visit them like at least once or twice a year. And now I've gotten to be there a little longer just because of COVID. I didn't have to go to university here. Everything was online, so I could go visit them for a little longer. But usually I'm only there for about a month. I lived there for like 1.5 years before I moved here, but I only visit whenever I can.
Yeah. And when I saw you, I happened to see, and Natasha was like, yo, Anna's in town. I was like, what? Let's see if she's down to be on the show. And you were like down like right away. So talk about your experience with the show. How did you enjoy being on the show, and what are some of your takeaways?
Sorry, you just cut off.
Oh, sorry. I said, how did you enjoy being on the show, and what are some of your takeaways from being on the show?
Well, it was the first time I was on video, so it was the first time well, not the first time I was on video, but the first time I had a video where I actually had to talk, and that was something completely new to me. But it was so much fun. Like, it showed how much fun you can have during a shoot when you're working with more than one person, and like, I enjoyed it a lot. and it
Yeah.
worked perfectly. So it was a lot of fun.
You would never know that was their first time because your personality is so bubbly, you're so kind, and it's funny because even like in the middle of the show, we were supposed to do one thing, and we met this kind security guy who was like, "Hey, no, you can't be here, but if you come over to this little area, you can do, you know, what it is that you want to do." And even those moments where we're like transitioning, there was a little bit of uncertainty. You were like right on the ball. You kept your jovial demeanor, and you just kept things rolling. So, as a creative and as a photographer, from a photography standpoint, what is your favorite type of photography?
I mostly do portrait photography,
Mm-hmm.
just because at the moment here I only have one lens,
Okay.
so that's what I work with the most. And since I also do like the makeup and like everything about the picture, I like to focus it on the face, and I feel like I can be much more creative when I can like paint something on someone's face and then take pictures of it than when I just take a picture of someone that is already styled by themselves or something. So I don't know, that's just the way I started going, and I've kind of stuck to it for the past year, I'd say. And it's been really fun, and I feel like I still have a lot to learn, so I'll probably stay on that path for a little bit before I start trying something new.
Right, right. And many don't know that you don't need a makeup artist. You take care of everything yourself. And that in of itself was like a pleasure as well because you came ready, like, yeah, I could do this. You know, do I need to do this? There wasn't a need for a makeup person or a stylist on set. Like you had everything on point. And that was super cool. And you do makeup for other people. Like, talk about that.
Well, I don't do it outside of my photography. I haven't done that just because I play around with it a lot. So when I start doing a makeup look, I do not know how it'll be ending or what the actual end product will look like.
Right.
So I have ideas, and I kind of just start going off of what I think I want, or like certain colors, and because I'm usually doing this on friends, it's okay that I'll take like 2 hours to do someone's makeup and then
Right.
start taking pictures. So it's something I mostly just do for my photography, to like play around, get better, and be like creative with it.
Right.
And I haven't gone outside of that yet, but who knows? Maybe it will at some point.
Yeah. And it's funny. The key word there is creative, and everything about your process is creative. You take the time to create literally a masterpiece when it comes to your makeup, and then you have to actually take and compose the pictures and then edit. Like, so what would you say your editing style when it comes to some of the images? Do you actually have a continued style, or do you just kind of go like image by image?
No, I've gotten into kind of a routine, so I've taught myself like a few basic skin retouch tools I can use. I use Photoshop for skin retouch, and that's what I focus most of my time on. So I usually do like slight frequency separation on Photoshop, and then dodge and burn. Those are like my big two steps to do my skin retouch. And in the beginning, it took like a super long time for each picture, but I've kind of gotten into the rhythm of doing the same routine for every picture. For some, obviously, I do more than others, but then I'll go back to Lightroom and like do color editing and everything for my pictures. And I try to keep it similar for each shoot, but I'll change it up between shoots, just so I have like a similar style for all the pictures I take at like one set.
Right. And you're not just all beauty. You're definitely more brains than the average person is aware of. Talk about what you're studying and what your interests are.
Well, I study biology. I'm hopefully going to finish my bachelor's next year. And yeah, that's what I do most of the time here. That's why I don't focus that much on modeling and my photography. It's kind of just a hobby on the side here, because my first priority is always getting my studies done, and sometimes I can be quite busy with that, but I love it. It's super interesting, and I've known that I've wanted to do biology for a while, and I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah, that's why I'm so happy when those few times come along where you're available to actually shoot. And like, it's funny because a lot of people are like, yo, who's that supermodel you worked with? I was like, oh, that's my friend Anna. She's a biologist. So they're like mad at the fact, like, wait a second, she's a biologist, she's not a supermodel. Like, well, you know, every now and again, I'm blessed for the opportunity. She comes to town and she blesses all the little intermediate photographers in the DMV area with her talents. But yeah, moving forward, I guess what would be your advice for somebody who is wanting to do modeling on the side? We kind of like had a conversation where we talked about like knowing your worth and rates and things of that nature. What is some of your advice for some models that are aspiring to do this kind of like on the side?
Well, I think especially for people in the DMV, it's extremely easy to start just because there's so many creative people and so many photographers. Also, other photographers that are also trying to get into the whole community and starting to take pictures. So it's pretty easy to kind of get into that whole community you have there. Especially, well, not now, but usually the meetups to portrait meet, street meet, walk with locals, IGDC. There's like all these events you can go to, and just to network. Like when I first went to the meetups, I didn't know how to use a camera. I knew how to turn it on and off and how to click the button, but like I would not take a good picture there. So it's an amazing way to start. You get there, you network, and people like tell you a little bit about what they know. You get to meet other people who are obviously better than you at that point, but you just get to learn a lot. And I then started doing shoots where obviously just TFP shoots, just to kind of get into it. And obviously I was not going to charge if I didn't know what I was doing. So, so I did only TFP shoots right at the beginning. And then when I started getting like too many requests, I started charging like a smaller fee just to kind of limit the shoots I had. And then obviously the more requests you get, you always like keep building yourself up there, and then get to the point where you only do paid shoots. And it's the DMV area is an amazing place to start.
Yeah. And when she's saying TFP, guys, she's talking about trade. So basically, she trades her time and her beauty and her know-how. And it's funny because I mentioned this in the episode, like your style like literally has changed from the first time that I shot with you. Like you were just on, I literally said nothing. I think one time I just was like, can you allow me to see like your romper just a little bit more from the front? But that literally was it. Whereas before, I remember when we first started, like you would even ask questions. You're like, well, would you like me to do this? Like, and to see that growth, you know, within about 2 years time is awesome. So when she's talking about trade for services, it's an opportunity for, especially if you're new, to get with a creative, to work hand in hand to create something that you both walk away with something equally. And when she's talking about, you know, moving ahead and knowing your worth, your time becomes money. Like if you know that, okay, I don't need you to get to a certain point, I'm at this level, that's when you start monetizing your time. And I think that's something really important that people need to be mindful of when they're, you know, delving to the next level of the creative community, especially when it comes to modeling.
Yeah, I think someone told me actually not too long ago to kind of, because for me it was really hard to be like, how much do I charge? Like for me, obviously I'm always like, I don't feel like I'm like my time is worth that much, because I compared it to like, I don't know, a day job I would have here. But someone told me, hey, you should look at it as like, if someone is taking pictures of you, how long will they have content that they can like advertise themselves off of? So for me it was always, okay, I'm charging like a lot for like these 2 hours, but I'm not charging for the 2 hours, I'm charging for the amount of content that person is going to be able to put up over the next 6 months, and the amount of just people who are going to get to his account through those pictures. So it's easier for you to see that as that kind of value than to specifically just think about those 2 hours you're charging for. And as you like move on, you'll see that your time becomes worth more, just because the quality of the picture always keeps getting better, and then obviously the quality of the picture is going to attract more people to their account. And if you personally don't need it for your portfolio anymore, like I have a very big portfolio by now because I've worked with so many amazing people, so I don't specifically need it for my growth because I have content, but I'm giving someone else content, and it's easier to look at it that way and see the worth in that than in the actual 2 hours you're giving.
Man, you out here preaching, girl. Good way to quantify that. he like broke it down. Like we could go have some offering now and have people come to the front of the church and be accepted. But yo, you're hitting on some very, very valid points. It's all about what you bring to the creative at the end of the day to help quantify your measure of talent. And your time is literally money. And that's something that I always try to advise people once they get out of the green level. And just because you're green doesn't mean you take on and work with every photographer. You still have to have a mind of like, wait a second, you know, I have morals. I have I have a position that I want to maintain in all of this. But at the same time, you want to meet with a creative that you feel is at your level and helps to push you to be better. And yeah, wow, great way to put that. Boy, people are going to be clicking back to this show in the near future for that particular gem right there. But moving forward, what are some of the projects that you're looking to work on specifically? You know, we had one quick conversation before I let you go where you talked about, you know, kind of amplifying the community in Germany where you're at, because there's not a portrait meet like it is here. What are some of the steps you're trying to do to help maneuver that in your particular community in Germany?
Well, I did, like, when I got here, I was like hoping Berlin, it's a creative city. There are creative people here. There has to be something like a photo walk, and I didn't find that. I found I actually ended up finding one later on. I still haven't gone to one of their meets, but it's not a community to take pictures. I think it's like a brand that also does meetups, and it's not specifically just for anyone to meet up and take pictures. So I actually started one myself a while ago, but I haven't been able to be very consistent with it because of COVID, and then I got like super busy with university. But I definitely want to keep doing that. I've had I think 3 meets by now, and it worked out really well. Like, there are people who are interested in it, and there is a lot of potential in the city to have communities like that, especially Berlin, because people are incredibly creative here as well, and there's a lot of photographers here as well. So I think it's just a thing that has to be started, and that will probably basically grow by itself. So that's something I definitely want to focus on, to be able to grow a community like that here. But yeah, we'll see when I find time to actually work on it.
So what do you equate Berlin city-wise to that here in the States? What would you equate it to?
Sorry, you cut off again.
Oh no, I'm sorry. What would you equate Berlin city-wise to a city here in the States?
Like, what reminds me most of Berlin? In the I think that's it's a little hard. Berlin is a very unique city.
Okay.
Even in Germany itself, you will not find a city like Berlin. It's very different from DC, just because DC is like a very pretty city. Like, you can walk places and it's like pretty. You have beautiful buildings. It's all like neat, and it's like made to look nice. Berlin is not that pretty. It's not. You can't just walk anywhere and it'll be beautiful. You obviously have a lot of parks and areas where you can go to in like the middle of the city, which is pretty, but it's not like everywhere like in DC. But it's more of the feeling of the people here. Okay. And the way, kind of the vibe in the city. I don't know how to describe it very well, but it's more of the feel of the city itself. It's a very relaxed city, and you can very much you can be yourself everywhere, because people will not judge you that much. Where you can people are creative, and it's a very interesting city, just because it has those two parts of not being that pretty, but having this really great atmosphere for people. Okay. It's super hard to explain.
No. I got you. Real fast, we have a quick comment by Misha Buckner. She said, "Love the multiple interests. Sounds like you're doing great."
Thank you. I'm trying to keep myself busy with stuff I love.
Yes. So, everyone in Berlin who can hear my voice, although I'm limited to what you guys have there in the YouTube world, but Anna is talking to you guys. If you're creatives in the Berlin community, reach out and find this lady. Her information is in my my stuff. So if you want to find out where she is on Instagram, both of her Instagrams will be available to you guys. And she is looking to uplift your creative community, right, Anna?
Yes, I am.
All right. Come respectfully, though. Come respectfully. All righty then. I thank you so much for sharing your time with me and sharing your talents. And you know, whenever you come to the DMV, you have a home, you have an area where you can come and create and work on anything that you want to do.
Yeah, no, I love coming back to all the creative people I know there. It's amazing.
Awesome. I'm actually going to be putting on in my next segment, Moy, who had a lovely picture that he put out this week. So you can look forward to that in a little bit. But thank you, Anna, for your time. I'll be talking to you a little bit later on IG. But I look forward to working with you and seeing you progress on whatever platitude that you or platform you put your hands and your time into. But thank you.
Thank you. No, thank you. It's been really fun with you.
Awesome. All right, let's give a proper applause to the lovely Anna. Bye, Anna.
Bye.
All right, guys, that was a super fun interview with my good friend Anna. She is like, if you haven't had a chance to see the show yet, please take the time to check her out. She's super duper dope. All right, so moving along on the show, I have a new segment that I'm going to be introducing to you guys. So throughout the week, I'm not gonna be always quickly accessible to meet creatives exactly as I'm inspired by them. So I've come up with a segment where if I am immediately inspired by something through the week, I'm going to share it with you guys. And this week I had the pleasure of scrolling through my IG, and I found this beautiful submission from a photographer whose page is Moy Photo. So I'm going to pull up the image. So here was the before of his image. He sent me the before, and then this was the after. And I was like, you know what, bruh, your skills is like next level. Can I please get you to share that image with me? He's like, you know what, Mike, I'll do you one better. I will not only share that with you, but I'll share with you the process that I did to get to what I got. So here's what he sent me.
Hey guys, Moy here. I want to thank you, Michael, for letting me hop into your video, and I want to thank you for featuring my stuff for your YouTube account, and that's really cool. So yeah, I guess we're just gonna hop into it. So yesterday, Michael had asked me and messaged me if he could feature my most recent post on his YouTube video. And unfortunately, I can't make it to the actual live, so this is a pre-recorded video. And so he asked me if he could feature my most recent work and my process of how I got it to be like that. So let's just hop into Photoshop and let me show you what I did. Alright, so here's the original image. This is the raw image. So the idea was that Sarah was going to be sitting in front of a TV while the image is projected, not really projected, but showed on the TV screen from my computer. So you can see over here that my computer has the image, and we just use that HDMI cable to view the image here. And this light over here is Westcott Ice Light 2. It's one of my favorite lighting. So basically, I just had Sarah sit in front of the TV, try to get her as comfortable as possible over here. We did use the glasses at first, and we ended up ditching it for this specific image. So here's Maxie, here's our puppy. So this is the original raw image. As you can see, there's only a couple of streaks here. You can see my prism is being used over here as well. But the idea was that to make a simple location look very interesting. So and so after putting on Photoshop, as you can see, there's a lot of layers here. After putting in Photoshop, I just color balanced it, made sure her skin tone looks good, and the cropping looks good too. So my initial image was a little too narrow. As you can see over here, I ended up cropping it more, I guess that's the right word for it. I shouldn't be doing these things. But so I stretched this side and basically tried to make sure my composition is correct, because the way I took it initially was not good enough for me. So I'm just gonna speed through this process because it's basically pretty redundant. So I just copied a bunch of layers and sections of the image and just stretched them out so I can fill out this little white gap right here. So as you can see, I used the meteor streaks from the original image, and I just copied and pasted that using the blending mode and changed them to lighten. So there you go. Alright, so the next part that I did was making sure her arms didn't look too funny, because after I stretched it, her shoulders looked a little too broad over there. And then just added some more details and just stretched them a little bit more. And the next part that I did was just frequency separation. I used frequency separation and local dodge and burn for most of my retouching. Frequency separation is the first one that I do. Some people use it the other way, but it's all preference. For me, I like to get the skin as smooth as possible, make it as natural as possible as well. So I just use frequency separation first, and then the local dodge and burn is going to be the next part of this step, which is this. So over here I noticed there's a little bit of space over here, and I just fixed that. I'm not even sure what I did over here. I think it's just I just used a clone stamp, the local dodge and burn. So I just made another curved layer using linear dodge, and I just brushed the layer onto her eyes to make them pop. I think I didn't color her eyes. I think they're just naturally like that, which is really cool because it matches with the meteor streaks here. And then I just did the global dodge and burn after that, just to add more contrast and detail of the image. And then the next part, oh, I already sharpened it. Okay, so the next part was just the sharpening, and I sharpened my images using high pass, and then just change that to overlay. So that really, I don't know if you can tell, but it really makes the image sharp. It's without it, it's with it. Sorry, my dog's barking upstairs. The next part is, oh, I stretched it even more because the original composition I had was still far from what I wanted, because I think it looked like this more. So as you can see, like her eyes or just the face is far more on the right side, so I stretched the image even more. Let me just grab that. Okay, and then so after that I did blush. So I paint digital makeup using just the brush tool, and then changing that to soft light, and then just messing around with the opacity. And then I added some more blush after that, and then ta-da! So here's the original, and here's after. I hope that made sense to anybody who's watching this. Again, thank you, Michael, for letting me hop into your video. Please check out some of my work at Moy Photo. on Instagram, and also Moy Photography on Facebook and other social media. So again, thank you. Have a good one.
And I'd like to thank Moy personally for extending himself to break that down for it. Like, that's the gem. Like, guys, you know how much money you would have to like go on to get this type of breakdown for an image, like, and he just did it like just like that for me. Moy, I thank you. You're extremely talented. The stuff that you do with prisms is like next level. So I just want you to know publicly, I am a huge fan. I was truly inspired by your image this week, and you are my feature of the week. His information will be in my description. Check him out, guys. Like, I'm sure once you get to scroll number 2, you're gonna be totally inspired, just like how I was. Yo, what's up, Oscar? Hey, man, appreciate the love. Appreciate it. I hope everybody's good. We're gonna get right into show images of my show, and then we'll get right into my final thoughts, and then we'll get into my favorite segment, which is us showing the love. All right, so let's get into, hold on here. I got, I like to play the big band when I get into like the style. Here we go, and boom. Hey, let's turn it up here. Let's get some more. Let's get the vibes back into the room. This week we had, you see, Siri's trying to get into my conversation. Siri, go away. All right, let's get right into the images. I'll start first with the images that was caught on our Vulture Cam. Our Vulture Cam provided to us by Miss NH Photos. She got some quick shots of Anna in between, and I can't hate. You got some good images, Natasha. Good work. But I had the hardest time picking images for the show because Anna had so many good pictures. I think what I may do is, I think I may just put the link for the images that I took for her so you guys can take a look yourself, because it was ridiculous good. Let's get right into it. Let's get into the first image. Boom. You guys saw that we shot over in Bethesda Row in Bethesda, Maryland. If you are in the DMV area, this is a quick, lovely spot to get some images. It's right near a car dealership, and they have like this train and a car right there. First shot out the gate, boom, she's killing it. All right, come right after that, like, what, man? Yo, I gave you love. Come on now, come on. And then moving along. Hold on. I went too far ahead. Tasha messed me up here. Right? I wanted to show these wide shots. These wide shots of Anna were money. I didn't even like crop. I just like, you know what? I ain't mad at you, Anna. I ain't mad. Like, that's your game was on point. Like it's, if she was a home run hitter, she hit every one of her shots was a home run, and I truly appreciate her talent. And then this is we moved to a different location on the path with this romper. The color combination was really good. This nice blue building was in the background. Funny story, this is the location for the first time that I ever went to Portrait Meet DC. That very location was the first time that I had gone to Portrait Meet DC, and I met the individuals that would change my life. So shout out to Icy and Johnny, who had put on Portrait Meet DC that day, and yeah, it was really dope. All right, so next shot was still of her. Hold on here. Let's catch up here. All right. So again, I tried to get some of her length with some angles. I was like on the ground for this. Again, this is my 85. The 85 is so versatile. You know, even with the 85, you can get those lean images where you're looking up at your subject. And yeah. And this is Natasha. You see, Natasha, I'm showing you love. All right. But those are the images for this week, and man, I had a lot of fun sharing the episode with you guys. More so, working with such a talented individual, a super duper talented individual. Guys, get your comments ready. I'm gonna get into our final thoughts, and then we're gonna get into my favorite part of the show. My favorite part of the show is also always about spreading love. All right. So our final thought this week comes to us with the title. Hold on, I gotta have the big band. Let me find my big band stuff. I need to have like somebody who does the board for me while I'm doing the show. Let's get the big band. All right. This week we are dealing with the responsibility of responsibility. What a wonderful play on word. The responsibility of responsibility. Okay, so the responsibility of me as a father is to make sure that I am raising my kids. But with that responsibility is to make sure that I'm raising my kids right, that I am involving them in secondary education opportunities, to make sure that they are brighter and prepared for the world at hand. So it's just not just me being a dad. Me being a dad is just me putting the potion into the ocean, as they say. But there is more responsibility that comes with the responsibility of being a father. It is a responsibility of us as citizens to not only be citizens to do our part on a local level, but it is our added responsibility to make sure that we are in control of what we are involved in. We find ourselves in a time, in a season, where voting is the added incentive to control what is happening on a local level, a state level, and a country level. All right? But also with that comes the responsibility as us as creatives. Creatives, we are given a gift to be able to share and express our talents in a way that captures and cultivates the minds of those who are blessed to experience it. It's not just a responsibility to share what we do, share what we are making and creating. It is a responsibility to make sure that what we create and what we share has an added value to those that are around us. We can't just say at the end of the day, I'm a photographer, or I'm a videographer, or I'm a model. But what are you doing with the responsibility of the platform that you have been given to create? I challenge you guys today to take on the added responsibility of responsibility and make sure that you're doing your part to elevate not just your creativity, but your creativity to move and add value to those around you. And that is our final thoughts for today. So, you know what that means? It's time to get into my favorite segment of the show. Why is it my favorite time of the show? Why is it my favorite time? Because it's time for us to spread love. And I always start this segment with this lovely song by Take 6. And it talks about what's going on in the world. You got all this stuff. Mind you, these guys are singing a cappella. They're using their creativity to talk about something that is so pertinent. It's pertinent because love is the building block for us to blossom. It sets the tide. It is the temperature. It is the wave. It is something that starts when you open your eyes and you look in the mirror. The first person you are supposed to love is that reflection you see. So I challenge you every week in the show love segment is to make sure that you are spreading love. Hey, here we go. Hey, you gotta spread that love, guys. Hey. Spread love. The truth is in the sky. And the best way to spread love is in your immediate circle. Your circle that you are impacting every single day. You take that love from the mirror and you take it to the next person and you take it to the next person, and it is a domino effect. So make sure you guys, when you are watching this, or when you were waking up in the morning, you're adding your dose of love to the environment that's around us. There's so much treachery going around here. This is one one side against the other, but I stand firmly in the middle to let you know that we can bring everyone together if we spread love. All right, so make sure we get into our comment section, and we are talking it up, because right now we're going to spread love together. Here we go. Hey. Don't spread lies, guys. We gotta spread the absolute value of love in its purest and most beautiful form. So I have a few of you guys here. Make sure that you guys are getting there, and we are spreading love to one another. I have some shout outs that I want to share with you guys. What the world needs now, guys. What the world needs now.
What the world needs now.
We need more of it. That's what we need, guys. Hey. Hey. Let's turn it up. Let's turn it up. Let's get in these comments, guys. Let's get in these comments. Alright, I have a list of people that I want to give shout outs to. Let me get my list together here. Turn it down just a little bit. I'd like to give a shout out to my goddaughter Mariah, who came on the show earlier today. Mariah, Uncle Mike loves you. Thanks for showing me some love today. I'd like to give some love to Photo, my boy Ed. Ed is going to be moving away from the DMV area. That's sad news. But for those who are going to be in Atlanta and the Georgia area, you are receiving an amazing photographer and a great personality. So, to my guy Ed, who is leaving the DMV and headed to Atlanta, I'm shouting you out, man. I'm giving you love, and I hope the Atlanta community embraces you and that you are able to set your feet down there and create continually in your new area. All right, Ed, shout out to you. I'd like to give a shout out to Moy Photo, who took the time out today. He took the time out today to share not only his image, but he broke down his process. Moy, I am shouting you out. Much love to you. I'd like to give a special shout out to my student Naya. We meet during the week, and she is a very, very talented young lady, and she is grasping on the elements of photography super duper in a super duper way. So I'm shouting you out, Naya. Thank you for allowing me to be your teacher, but furthermore sharing your passion with photography. So moving further, let's get into our comments. Let's get in. Hey Tasha, I gotta show you love. I appreciate you for being on the camera today for this week's episode and a few other episodes. And our businesses are thriving. Much love, much love, much love. Hey, much love to you, Oscar. Part of my Portrait Meet family. My Portrait Meet family is Icy, Johnny, Oscar, and Natasha. I got much love for you guys. I miss us going out and creating together. Yeah. Anybody else before we get ready to to close down the show? This has been a fun show, guys. We've gotten into a lot of different things. You got a chance to meet the incredible, talented Anna. And for those who are watching from Germany, please reach out to this truly talented young lady. And she's looking to build up your creative photography community out there. All right. I see a few of you guys still here. I need to hear from you guys. I'll switch it up because every week, I kind of need to make sure you guys know this one thing right here. Pay attention. Value yourself. Think highly of yourself. Hashtag you are a big deal. VIP, guys.
I'm a big deal.
We're a big deal here at the Dual Exchange. All my friends.
They're kind of important.
You're kind of important here.
I'm a big deal.
You're a big deal, guys.
My friends are some big deals.
As we go into the weekend, I want you guys to be inspired to be more, take on the responsibilities that I challenge you guys to do today. Make sure that you understand that you are a big deal. It's about the self-worth that you have for yourself.
So whether you walk or you a drive car, I tell you if you're white or black lighter.
Hey.
Me feel good in yourself, you're a star. Push up on the one and tell all the haters I'm a big deal.
We're a big deal.
You're my friend, I'm a big deal.
All
And
my
let me
friends
tell
are a
you,
big deal.
yeah,
All of
we're
you
kinda
guys are a big deal.
important. Okay.
We're important here on
For
the
real.
show.
Oh yeah, I'm a big deal.
deal,
Me and
big
my
deal.
friends are some big deals. Okay. Very, very, very important. For very. For real.
Watermelon.
It's like you have the prime minister, and then you have way.
Alright guys, we're gonna
That's
close
how
the
they
show
order in
down.
a
I
free
thank you so
country.
much for giving me your time in a live fashion. And I thank those who will see this show later. Remember guys, you're a big deal. But like I challenge you guys week after week, week after week, after every episode, there's something important that I want to register to you guys every time. Take time to create. The time is now.
Oh yeah, I'm a big deal. And my friends are some big deals. Very big deal. Very, very, very important. Very now. For real. This has nothing to do with money or fame or vanity. This one is all about
1 minute. 1 minute.
nobody no man no more than no man on this earth. So whether you walk or you a drive car, I tell you if you're white or black lighter, me feel good in yourself, you're a star. Push up on the one and tell all the haters I'm a big deal. You're my friend, I'm a big deal.
My friends, y'all my friends.
Yeah, we're kinda important. For real. Oh yeah, I'm a big
Have a good
deal.
weekend, everybody.
And my
Have a
friends are
wonderful
some
day.
big deals.
See you guys next week.
Very, very, very important.